Hello and welcome back to BikeMatters. Today we're testing the Vespa GTS Super 125. The Vespa GTS Super that we have today is this bright summer yellow colourway option with plenty of little accents of chrome dotted around the scooter. If we go down to the wheels, we have these lovely black rims with nice diamond finish. At the front and back of this scooter, we also have LED lighting. The seat height on the Vespa GTS Super 125 is nice and accessible, coming in at 790mm. The fuel tank comes in at 7 litres, and Vespa reckon it's going to achieve about 117 miles per gallon. When it comes to storage options, we have the very typical Vespa GTS glove box, inside of which we have a USB port. Now, when we go to under the seat, we have a typical space for an open face helmet. You might struggle though with your full face because mine sadly doesn't fit. We have the very typical Vespa GTS switchgear on this, very stylish, very simple and easy to get to. When we go to the dash, we have it split between analog and digital. We have 12-inch wheels front and back on this little scooter. When it comes to braking, we have 220mm discs front and rear. Now, a really cool addition is this scooter has ABS, not combined braking system, so it's a great little extra for 125cc scooter. At the front of the Vespa, suspension is provided by single spring and shock. The rear suspension is double hydraulic shock absorbers, which have 4 preload adjustable positions. The Super 125 has a liquid-cooled iGet 125cc motor producing 12.2 horsepower at 8,250 RPM and 11.1 Newton-meters of torque at 6,750 RPM. It also has start-stop technology to be nice and economical as well. The Vespa GTS Super 125 is a premium scooter and costs from £4,499.
So here we go on the Vespa GTS Super 125. If you've seen a GTS before, you pretty much know what you're expecting. Vespa don't change that winning formula. The version that we have is the Super one, so slightly different accents on it. We have a split dash, so we have analog speedometer at the top, and then at the bottom we have the small but very clear digital dash, which has fuel gauge, it has the odometer, and it also has the clock as I glance down to check. But it's all nice and clear, simple. We've got the typical GTS switchgear. That doesn't change a lot. So yeah, nice stylish look to it. The one we got here is, I believe it's summer yellow, very vibrant and bright. Suits the Vespa styling very well. Yellow obviously isn't for everyone. You're either a fan of it or you're not. I don't honestly mind this colour at all. I think it works really well with them Vespa lines. But we have these nice little chrome accents over as well, which works really nice with the colourway. And it just goes well with that Vespa style. So yeah, all in all, you know what to expect with a Vespa GTS when it comes to styling. Vespa does offer you that winning combination, which no one else can really offer, especially with that badge. So yeah. And let's go on to pricing, shall we? So, you know it's a Vespa, so it's a premium brand. They're, you know, a top quality Vespa manufacturer and brand. And yeah, their scooters come at a premium. And this Vespa GTS Super 125 can be yours from £4,499. So it's not a budget option, but it's definitely not, you know, the most expensive option for 125cc scooter. So this is quite comparable in the marketplace. So there are, you know, 2 or 3 premium Japanese maxi scooter 125s that are more expensive than this. This might not be quite as crammed with spec as some of those, but Vespa definitely, you know, don't sell you short with this, because you get that 12.2 horsepower liquid cooled I-Get motor in this, so it is quite a sporty little motor for 125cc scooter. So yeah, it does definitely put itself in that sporty category with performance as well. You get ABS as standard as well, which is awesome to have. Most 125cc scooters get the cheaper combined braking system, but no, Vespa give you ABS on this, so that is great. You also get Vespa's ASR traction control on this as well. So you do get some really nice features on this bike, and it is a premium scooter. And although yes, it's, you know, £4,499 is up there for 125cc scooter, it's definitely comparable to the other models around that price range and more. So it is, you know, towards the maxi scooter 125s, but Vespa offer you something not many other manufacturers can get close to offering you. A part of that Vespa heritage, that Vespa badge and styling is unique. So you are buying in to that Vespa lifestyle. Now, as we go into this roundabout, we can test those brakes. So that's back, that's front. So all around, I believe it's 220mm disc brakes, also with ABS, which for a little scooter like this is more than adequate enough stopping power. You're not going to suddenly poo your pants thinking, oh, I've not got enough, you know, braking power there. It's one of those that you're more than comfortable with. Gives you really good, safe stopping power. Now we have got stop start on this, so in a second it's going to cut out. There you go. So let's go past. There you go, and as you just heard with that, hopefully heard with that stop start or start stop technology, it was quick to kick in again and away we went. So it wasn't like a massive lag there. And we're getting to traffic lights now, so we do a bit of braking, and front, back, just, yeah, more than adequate stopping power. Now it is a very windy day, it's also been very wet, but we might as well try and get a top speed on this. It is 12.2 horsepower, which is great to get on a scooter. Quite often they're, you know, 10 horsepower or less for 125cc scooter, and that basically gets you to about, you know, 50-55 mile an hour. Sometimes you can get to 60, but it quite often than not, it kind of leaves you a bit short or struggling to get to 60. So having a scooter with 12.2 horsepower should just get us comfortably over that 60 mile an hour kind of bracket speed, which I think is worth quite a bit in itself, to be honest. I mean, we're going along now and we're basically hitting 60 already, and we're keeping up with this car more than fine, so this is a really good indication. I'm going to go on the dual carriageway in a second, so I will be a bit of a sitting duck, but I think it'd be good really to see what we can get this at in windy conditions. Obviously without windy conditions you can probably add on like another 5 mile an hour on top, especially if this is going to be head-on wind, but let's see how we get on anyway. But yeah, as we're going along, it's just that typical Vespa feel to it. They know how a scooter should ride. They've been doing it for a lot of years. So when you ride the Vespa GTS, it's a really pleasant seating position, real nice comfortable kind of movement to it, and confidence inspiring. It's not the biggest scooter in size, but you know, it feels great. So that's pin it. We're now going on dual carriageway. I will be prone to being overtaken here, I know that. You can't expect to go on a dual carriageway on a 125 and not have a good few cars go past you. And we have got head-on wind, so let's see how we get on anyway. I'm kind of stuck behind a car at the moment, but I know if I go to overtake, I'm probably going to get buffeted more. So we're at 60 now. and that built up quite respectably for 125. So let's see if we can get some more. My head's gone down now. We're getting a slight tow of this vehicle, but the wind is noticeable. We're at 65. So that's a really good performance for a 125cc scooter. So yeah, the ride and feel of Vespa GTS is very familiar. I keep saying that, but it is. Not a lot changes. You've got the same suspension on most GTS models, I believe. And it just feels really nice and comfortable. Although, you know, it's a typical city and town scooter, a lot of people use the GTS for long distance travels, for touring even, European touring. So we know that the GTS can really do long distances well. Now normally people kind of tour on, you know, the 200, 250 or, you know, 300 version of the GTS. But it's got the same kind of foundations to the 125 with its whole wheel size, suspension and brakes. So it is a really nice, confidence inspiring setup on the GTS. It's not a big scooter, but it rides with a really nice feeling to it. So BikeMatters is powered by Lexham Insurance, who are Vespa UK insurance partners. So if you're looking for an insurance quotation for your moped, scooter like your Vespa or motorcycle, make sure to click the link in the top right hand corner now, which will take you to Lexham Insurance's site directly, and you'll get £20 automatically deducted off a insurance quote. So yeah, great news all around. Save yourself 20 quid off your insurance and get it through Lexham directly. Now we're going to put this Vespa GTS Super 125 to the test by pulling out onto this fast road. Fortunately no cars are coming, but let's just pin it and see how we can build up speed. So we're now doing 30. It is windy, we're now doing 40. Come on, almost at 50. 50 is the kind of spot it starts to then struggle a little bit, especially in these windy conditions. Yeah, and we're about 53 before we get to this 30 zone. So it gives you a rough idea on acceleration for this, but it is extremely windy, so it will be better than that. But unfortunately, the weather really wants to give us very windy conditions at the moment. So yeah, apologies, but that's the best we can do at the moment. We don't have a windscreen on this, but it's still handling it quite okay. The ride feels nice and comfortable. It feels quite solid and pinned to the road, which for such a small scooter does really well. Now it's kind of a indication, a sign in itself, that the road test on this bike, I was planning on just doing it around town and slower roads, but it's handling the faster roads so well. I'm on the road to Bury St Edmunds, and we're keeping up for most part with the traffic, so it's all good and dandy, to be honest. It's kind of a testament that for a 125cc scooter with that 12 horsepower, or just over 12 horsepower, you know, we're not far off 60. We're keeping up with traffic really well, even in the wind. So yeah, we're doing really well on this, and this scooter is impressing me. It will do longer journeys really well. So although especially myself, I always kind of look as little Vespa scooters and as many towns and cities, even this 125 one is handling these roads really well. Now you do get storage options on the Vespa GTS. You get the little glove box down there, which has funnily enough, to put gloves in, but it's also got a USB port as well for charging your phone, and we've obviously got under seat storage as well for a motorcycle helmet. Your fuel cap as well typically is under the seat as well, so nice and accessible. We've got a nice little unlock button there to unlock your seat, so when you pull up at a petrol station or whatever, you just hit that button, pop, opens up, there you go, there's your fuel cap. So yeah, as I'm pulled over to just quickly change GoPro batteries, let's just quickly go over the switch gear, shall we? So just typical Vespa GTS switch gear. So lights, high beam, dip beam. Indicators is the fancy little one with Vespa, so it kind of flips sideways. But yeah, left or right, and then in to cancel, horn under there. Mode button to change your digital dash there. Electric start button, which is your normal hold the brake in to make it start. And this little button here is the on and off of the stop start technology. So yeah, nice and simple, clean and clear. Now the one thing I'd say is, obviously I've not got the biggest hands in the world. If my hand's on like this, the mode button is just a little bit further than I'd like. But obviously I don't think the chance of you keep playing about with mode while you're on the road is too likely. It's kind of the thing that you do when you're at the side of the road or parked up. So yeah, that's the only thing I would say. If my hand's here, thumb, electric start is fine, mode is a bit out of the way. But yeah, so let's get going, shall we? Now, I've gone really well with this scooter today. It is a £4,499 scooter. So you know, to buy this you've got to have a decent budget available to you. But what would I say is kind of negative bits, or you know little stumbling blocks in this? Well, to be honest, I do struggle to think of anything. It's a really nice riding feeling to it. You've got ABS, you've got a liquid cooled motor at 12.2 horsepower. In an ideal world, and being a little bit over the top, getting closer to that 14.6, 14.7 brake horsepower limit would be good. It is not really needed, but it would be good to get to that limit. And it'd be good to have a full digital dash like the 4.3-inch TFT screen that you get on the likes of the Supertech and the HPE. That would be pretty cool. But again, these kind of things would probably see us add on quite a bit of value to that cost. So yeah, they're the kind of things that I pick up on this. There's nothing horrendous with this bike. It performs really well. The budget will be make or break for you, I think. You could get a screen on here, but that's definitely not needed. That is, that's only for people who, want to go touring on faster roads. Would I bother getting a screen? So that brings my review on the Vespa GTS Super 125 to an end. I hope you found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you've got any comments or questions about it, please put that in the comment section below. If you've got any recommendations for any scooters or motorcycles you'd like me to test in the future, put that in the comment section as well. If you're not already subscribed to our channel and you like the content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and while you're there, hit that notification bell as well. But yeah, that brings this one to an end, everybody. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.